YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury on a budget, so if you're into that sort of thing, remember to click the subscribe button, like the videos that you enjoy, and click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos. Today I'm going to start with a reveal of a bag that I got recently and then do a comparison between this bag and an identical bag that's just a little bit smaller, so you can see what fits, and this might help you decide which size you would want to order. I've already unboxed it, that's why it's a reveal. It came in this box from China. I ordered it on Amazon. It was about $105 or $110, something like that. And I will link both of these. Actually, I'll link one of these bags below, and I'll talk about why I can't link both in a minute. This bag was box is completely wrapped in tape, and I could not figure out how to get in it. I couldn't figure out where the proper opening was, so I just slashed it along the sides here. The bag was wrapped in bubble wrap and plastic and a little dust bag. It took less than a month for the bag to arrive, which was faster than I thought it would be, and actually faster than the estimated shipping dates from Amazon. It was about a week faster than the closest date that he gave me. So I ordered this on May 16th. It arrived June 4th, I think, June 3rd or 4th, but the estimated arrival started at June 7th and went through June 28th. So when something comes from China, you have to wait for it for a long time. This came faster than I thought it would, which was cool. Once I got it out, I decided not to unwrap it any further so that you could see what it looked like, how they have it wrapped. So they've got plastic around the handles and this sort of styrofoamy plastic here. And then this is a piece of felt protecting the hardware there. There's no other protection on it, which is fine. It was all wrapped up in bubble and everything. And then it has masking tape on the feet there. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this so we can see it together. I also want to point out that there is some blue protective film on the hardware to keep it from scratching. Inside the bag, they have it stuffed with a little bit of paper, and there's also a silica packet and the little packet that has the strap and the clochette with the lock and key. Also want to mention that when I first took this out of the box, there was a very strong chemical smell. It has dissipated some, but definitely still needs to dissipate more. So all I'll do is open it up and put an Osium container inside. Let me grab one and show you. I don't remember if I've talked about these yet. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. This is the Osium container. They do have an Osium spray. I've never tried that. I feel like this was safer. I didn't want to spray things on my handbags, but it just has this little top. You push a little button, a little slider button, and it opens it where the odor absorber is exposed. So I would just put this inside the bag and prop the top open and leave it until the smell is gone. I used this recently with a bag that I got that had a very strong smoke odor. I'm one that cannot stand cigarette smoke. I can't even be around it, like outdoors or anything. It makes me feel nauseous. So I got the Osium at the recommendation of some people in the Facebook groups, and it took about a month to get that cigarette smell out with this, so it took a long time, but it did eventually work, but it did work to get the smell completely out. It does leave a little bit of kind of a orange scent, but I thought that was a lot better than the other smells. So if you have a musty odor or a chemical smell like this, or smoke odor, I would recommend this, and I will link this below. It'll be in my little Amazon shop under handbag accessories. I don't think the chemical smell will take a month to get out, but the cigarette smoke was pretty strong. All right, let me open up this packet that has the strap and the lock and key. So the lock, I've ordered inspired bags before, and the locks have never had the protective film on it. This one does, which is nice, although I don't use these locks. And if you watch my videos, you know that I have quite a few inspired bags in addition to my authentic bags. And I have several of these Hermes bags that have a lock like this that has the Hermes H on it. I don't like that because to me that's a fake lock. Inspired bag, no writing on here, nowhere does it say Hermes or try to trick you into thinking it's Hermes, but the lock does. So I don't wear the locks with my bags. It also has the clochette in here with the key on it. I do wear the clochette with the bag. if I can get the key out. It's been pulled tight, it's hard to get it. There we go. So there's the key that it comes with. A real Hermes bag would have a key that looks like a real key with little teeth on it. And then here's the strap, which is all folded up. I don't like the straps on any of these bags. They are very cheap looking. I hate how that just swings out and flies free. It doesn't have a little strap keeper to hold it down. That's annoying. And then this is a little sample of the leather. So the exterior of this bag is real leather, but the interior is synthetic. Okay, so that was the reveal. Now I want to show you, I'm going to put the clochette on and then do the comparison between this and my similar bag. Noticing putting the clochette on that the opening, you see at the opening right there, the clochette's not really fitting through it. It's too small, but I'm gonna force it in. The clochette's kind of bendable, so I can fold that in half and squeeze it through that way. Now, even though I don't carry the locks on my bags, I do store them with the lock on it like that. So you'll see the lock on it during this comparison. So these are the two similar bags, almost identical. The only big difference, obvious difference, is the size. So let me see, which one's bigger? This is the smaller one. This is the 28 centimeter. That means it's 28 centimeters across the bottom. And then this is the larger one, which is 32 centimeters across the bottom. So 28 and 32, very similar. I love the 28 size. I have 3 different bags, 3 different colors in the 28 size, but I found that I wanted something a little larger. So I thought I would try the 32, and I want to do a comparison for you. A comparison of what fits, but also these are different brands, and let me tell you why. This bag and most of the inspired bags that I have, the inspired Hermes bags that I have, were made and sold by a company named Fashionphile, which sold on Amazon. A lot of you are familiar with them. I have quite a few videos with my Fashionphile bags. Fairly recently, I think in May, April or May of 2019, Fashionphile stopped carrying their Kelly style bag and their Birkin style bag. I can, however, tell you that if you are looking for one of these inspired bags, you can still find them. They're just going to be under different names. So this one I found under a name called Fanlinksen. There are also a few other companies that sell the Hermes inspired bags on Amazon now. One is Cadell, and if you just go to my Amazon shop, which is linked below, and look under Hermes inspired, you'll see some of the bags that are currently available. So I was curious about the quality of this brand compared to the Fashionphile. I've always had a suspicion that these companies purchase their bags from the same manufacturer, so they're totally identical bags, but I didn't know that for sure because I'd only ordered from Fashionphile. And now that I have these, I do see some obvious differences. I want to show you those in case you're interested in that too. First off, you can see a difference in the finish. So the Fashionphile bag over here, the smaller one, is a little shinier, whereas the other bag is a little more matte. The texture looks pretty similar to me. The hardware looks pretty similar, color and everything. The handle, the construction is all pretty much the same. Let me get them fully on screen. Here's a side view, here's the backs, here's the bottoms. I still have the tape on the feet on the larger bag over here. And then the tops are pretty similar. You can see that the little tab on the handle right here, that they're shaped a little different. Not a big deal. I did see some obvious differences on the inside of the bag, the construction inside. So let me open the bag up and compare those for you. For the Fashionphile bag, here's the interior. You can see there are 2 pockets here, and then there's the big zipped pocket in the back, and you can see the zip pocket has a leather tab on it. That opens up, it's wider on one side and goes to thinner on the other side. Now let's look at the other bag. So that was Fashionphile. This is the other brand. This is the 32 centimeter. This just has one larger pocket like the Birkin inspired bags have. And it still has that big pocket on the back. However, there is no leather tab on it. It's just the little zipper piece. And it's a very small zipper, so it makes it a little difficult to grab it and zip it. Open it up, and it's the same kind of pocket where it's wider on one side and thinner on the other. I also noticed when I first unboxed this larger bag that when I go to close it, that it was like the front flap, the whole front of the body here, seems a little flimsier than the smaller size, where it makes it a little more difficult to push the flap over the little knob here and turn it. You just don't have quite as much structure on the larger size as you have on this one. And I thought that the Fashionphile just had a stiffer front piece here, but it really doesn't feel any more stiff or flimsy. They feel about the same. Fashionphile might be a little bit thicker, but when this bag is empty, I have almost as much difficulty closing it as with this. I think once I have things in the bag that it will give it some structure, and that makes it easier to close. Those are all the big differences in the bag. They're not really big differences. They're kind of subtle. You wouldn't really notice them unless you had the two bags side by side, but I did want to point them out for you. All right, let's see what fits. I'm going to put a few Vuitton things inside here. I'm doing the smaller bag first, the 28 centimeter. I have a pochette accessoire, and that takes up pretty much the whole width of the bag. Sarah wallet, full size. That takes up almost all the depth of the bag. I think I could fit my mini pochette in. I can, but it feels a little bit squished, and I don't like to squish my things. Then I have this card holder from the Felici bag. See if I could stand that up. I could also squeeze it in between something, especially if I took the pochette out. If I was to stand that up, then it stands like that. It's kind of diagonal, and I wouldn't be able to cinch the sides of the bag because it would crush that. So I don't think I want to put that in there. I could put my phone in a front pocket inside, and I could put a card holder. I do still have the space over here. It's hard to see because it's so dark. Maybe you can see a little better there. That pretty much fills up the bag. I do have a little space on top where I could put a scarf that's rolled up. Although I want to keep the top not too full because I need to close the bag and cinch it. Because if I carry it open like that and don't close it, then the bag hangs sideways. A scarf is squashable, but I don't think I want to have that scarf in there. That is a little much. That makes it hard to close. So I just closed it. I'm cinching the sides, and this is how it looks with all that in there. I can see a little bit of a bulge up front that I'm not liking, but that's how it fits with everything. So that stuff fits pretty well. Let's see, that should all fit in the bigger bag, and then let's see what else I can add to it. With the pochette accessoire in there, I have a few inches on the side, whereas the smaller bag, it took up pretty much the whole width. Sarah wallet, the mini pochette fits much more comfortably now, and that takes up the depth of the bag, so I wouldn't really put anything else in there. If I put my card holder standing up on the side, I think the same thing's gonna happen. Well, I could probably get it closed like that, but I think basically the same thing's gonna happen, where I don't really wanna have something standing right there because it could get in the way of cinching the bag, and I wouldn't want to do anything to damage my expensive card holder. My scarf could fit on top, but I'd still have the same kind of issue with the sides. I think what I'll do is try standing that up on the side, and because it's a squishy scarf, maybe I can close it. So that takes up all the space in the bag. Let me see what I can fit in that front pocket. I can definitely get my phone. I could put my card case, but since it's just one pocket, everything is laying down together, or I could stand them up. Either way, it doesn't matter. I could also see if I could fit my card case in that front pocket. It does fit in there, so I could put that and my phone. There you go, there's the front pocket. All right, now let me close this up. And here's how this looks with all of that in there. I'm noticing that that looks weird. Can you see how that flap there is really standing out from the bag a lot? Like, look at all that space. Compare the length of these things. This is going to be hard to show you side by side. Can y'all see that? So one of them is a little bit longer than the other by about 1/4 inch, the one on the bigger bag. When I have it closed up, it looks okay. So the flap doesn't stick out like it was doing before, but I never carry it that way because it's too difficult to get in and out of it. I always carry it like this, where it's cinched and it just has that flap. So that's a little annoying, but I guess it's not such a big deal. I just don't think it's as pretty with the flap sticking out so much like that. What do you guys think? But other than that, it looks good. It's got all that stuff in it, and it's pretty much the same amount that was in the smaller bag because it's not that much bigger, but it's enough space to give me the little extra space that I needed when I was carrying this bag. So I think that'll work very well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye.